Well, hello. Welcome back to Bear Behind Beekeeping. I usually enjoy coming out to the beehives and pestering these little girls, but today is probably one of the days I do not enjoy as a beekeeper. It is mite wash day. So today we're going to take our soap and water solution. This time I mixed it a little bit with alcohol, so I've got soap, water, and alcohol in an attempt to kind of cut down the suds, but still using soap and water to do my best to dispatch the girls quickly and knock those mites off. So I guess it's time to get into this hive. I may edit it a little bit just for time. I won't, as always, I won't take out any of my mistakes, just some things like opening and moving hives around. Excuse me, opening and moving frames around. Well, my smoker was going. There we go. All right, girls. Let's do what we gotta do. Just triple checking to make sure Her Majesty isn't on the roof. No real reason why she should be, but you never can tell with bees. I've got this one set up to do some for feeding later on. There's not a lot of feed in there, or there shouldn't be any feed in there right now. And honestly, if this was spring, I'd be putting another box on, but because it's we're coming into mid-August, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to let them stay strong. We'll take a look and see if there's any queen cells in there as well, but with a little luck, they're not in a swarming mood. It's been a weird weather day. We've had threatened the rain, and then it sprinkled, and then the sun came out, and now here I am in the clouds. So who knows what we'll get while I'm out here. Definitely getting some storage in here, which is just what we want. And they're starting to finally build this frame out. Good, so our little late summer flow is motivating them to take care of business. And for a mite wash, I'm looking for a frame with open brood where I can put some nurse bees in there. So we got a lot of eggs, which is a great sign. I don't think this will be a good frame to take because I don't have open larvae. And here we got a lot of stores. So she's doing the thing. If I can get this hive through the winter, she's strong enough, I think she'll be I think this will be a producing hive for honey next time around. I didn't put honey supers in this one this year. They were just a little weak. Alright, so we've got brood and honey, or excuse me, capped brood and honey. So they're backfilling with honey and pollen. Looks like I got some practice cells, but I don't see anything in them. I've got no complaints over this laying pattern. My goodness, look at her go. I might have to get into the bottom box. Hopefully they'll force her down. We'll take a look. And a little luck they'll force her down and start laying downstairs. Look at that pattern. She's still laying some drones. That's interesting. I figured they'd be backing off. Wow. Yeah, we got queen cups, but no full-blown cells. Maybe I should have put the green drone comb in here for her. Okay, so we got a lot of open brood. We got drone larvae, which is kind of interesting. I'm not terribly worried about it because there's just so much other brood. Here we've got mixed brood. This queen was not marked, so I'm going to do a little extra check to make sure she's not on this frame. Logically, she wouldn't be because everything's full and still growing around and no one's emerging yet. But I think I'm going to take my bees from this side from my wash. what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down. I'm just going to put it on the other side here and fill up my cup. So I'm using the Varicel method. It's just a little different cup. Filling it up about halfway. Set this down here. I'll do one more check for Her Majesty. I really dislike this part of managing the bees, but I've really got to make sure that we got a low mite count getting ready for winter so that this hive will survive the long term. So the needs of the many are going to outweigh the needs of the few or the one this time. And to take the bees out, I'm just going to get them into the cup. Yep, they don't like that. Pop them in. Put the lid on. And kill them. So hopefully you saw that. I tried to be quick so that the girls would be dispatched quickly. So we're just going to let this sit, give it a little shake. And then we're going to check the downstairs while this is soaking. Definitely got the banana pheromone going now. They know something was wrong. The smoker isn't really well lit today. Maybe I jammed it too far in. Too many things in there. There we go. Alright ladies, let's get your upstairs back in order. And we'll take a quick look downstairs just to see what's going on. So this is interesting. Not a lot going on down here. A fairly empty frame. So what I'm thinking of doing is, since I'm bugging these girls anyway, I'm going to see what I got for brood down here and maybe move brood downstairs and empty frames upstairs so they can start backfilling those. Yep, here we go again. It's starting to fill up, but not a lot of brood downstairs. That's really interesting. Again, same sort of thing. Although I got a little bit of brood down here now. I wonder if that's because those were below the feeding, the hive feeder that I have in there. I know, you don't want me here. Alright, I gotta use this smoker a little more often. Again, not a lot going on. No sign of Her Majesty yet. But I did see eggs. Emerging brood. Well, there's one cell, but it's empty. Cup, I should say. No queen. But this has freshly hatched larvae. Lots of pollen. No sign of Her Majesty yet. I'm in the middle of the box. I should see her by now. Unless she swarmed on me. I don't see a lot of swarm cells. She still has room to lay. Well, they were in a good mood before, but they're starting to get roary now. And now they're banging on my veil. Can't say I blame them. All right. Young brood. No queen yet. Really interesting. Again, maybe I missed her. I didn't mark this queen because I wasn't sure when she was born. I thought she was supposed to be a red queen, but I don't know if she was a late fall replacement or if she was an early spring replacement. Nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. We've had a great pattern up top. We've got emerging brood and backfilling down below. I think she's doing her job. I don't feel bad about this at all. We're a little heavy on the drone on a couple of frames, but not bad. Here we go again. Lots of storage. Oh, what do we got here? We got an emergency cell. But it's empty. Nothing in it. Probably just practice. Well, I haven't seen her, but I have seen eggs. I've seen a good pattern. I think I'm okay. I'm not going to manipulate this one too much. I am going to take a storage frame from up top and put it down here in the bottom. And move those other ones to the middle, those empty frames to the middle of the top box. And we'll just see what she's got going on this one. Just because I've opened up everything else, why not look at this one too? Excuse me. Yeah. Not even drawing this one out. That's weird. Maybe a little bit. Maybe because it's on the edge. Well, I'll definitely mess with them with this one. Put it more towards the middle. Maybe I can get him to draw it out. So which ones of these had a lot of stores on them? All right. Didn't see the queen. we saw eggs, so I'm pretty comfortable with marking it down as a hive with eggs, a hive with a queen. Now, let's take a look and see how we did with our mites. A little soapier than I like to see, but it'll work. Rinse, 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 rinse. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well now that the sun's coming out, but I'm looking at 3 mites in that 300 container, maybe 4 if one's floating on the top. So that is less than 3%. That's less than 3%, so I will probably continue to monitor, but I don't see a reason to treat this particular hive. Yeah, 4 at the most. Four out of 300 bees. Okay, well, I'm not going to waste your time with all the other ones I'm going to do. I'm going to check probably 4 more hives for mites, but if anything pops up, I'll let you know if I've got a higher count. Thanks for watching. So it started to rain, and I was able to get 1 other hive done, 2 hives done rather. The first hive had 0 mites. Now I'm not going to pretend to say that I don't have any mites in that hive, but there were none on what I checked. So here's the result of the 3rd hive, and let's see what we got. So this one is a little heavier. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 mites out of 300. Public math isn't my thing, but with 9 mites, I know I need to treat. So I'm curious why this one had so much more. I don't think it was because this soaked longer. Let's try counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 mites. So we treat that hive.